This year marks 10 years since the water crisis in Northwest Ohio. To bring some attention to this continuing issue, advocates and some city leaders brought people out to Lake Erie to see firsthand the lack of progress on the blue-green algae problems we still face. Dominique O'Neill was one of the people who took a ride on Jet Express to get a closer look.
Roughly 500,000 customers use the Lake Erie water system. And about 10 years ago this week, none of them could drink a drop of it. All because this intake crib you're looking at was totally surrounded by algae blooms.
And as a result, the city had to turn off the water for 3 days. And it was a traumatic event for everyone.
The billions of dollars to fix the intake is not the problem.
That's Janine Middlesworth, an advocate for a clean Lake Erie. She says 10 years later, the EPA still isn't addressing the root cause.
They're throwing away money and not dealing with the real issue, which is getting sewage for factory farms.
By not solving the issue of runoff, people like Luna Pier Mayor Jim Gardner says now it impacts their businesses and tourism.
It hurts us economically when people don't visit. We really rely on the tourism as part of our funding for the city. So without that, we really pay a price when the algae bloom hits us.
Granted, there has been some progress.
I hear the positive is that the drinking water is not a problem. However, the waste in the water is causing some major issues.
There's no question we have a lake water problem. We no longer have a drinking water problem like we did 10 years ago, and that's because over the last 10 years, the citizens of Toledo have reached into their pockets for almost $500 million, almost $500 million, to make the improvements at our water treatment plant necessary to make sure that this water from a polluted source is drinkable.
Mayor Wade Capsicabage says there are some possible solutions.
Imposing any meaningful regulation or restriction on these mega farms and the manure they produce is all that we need to happen. That's all. If we did that, we would see less algae blooms and our lake would be in better condition.
Because we're all in this together. We all share the same lake. 4 states, 2 countries share this lake. So we need to do our part to keep it clean.
Reporting in Toledo,